Good afternoon, everybody. My story for today is it's called Troglodophilus the Fierce Dragon, and it's gonna be for a project storytelling. In the far, far meadows of Zanzibar lived a young boy named William Blake. William was an orphan who lost his parents to a fearful dragon named Troglodophilus. Troglodophilus was a she dragon. She was one of the few dragons left, for there was a great war between dragons and humans. William was the youngest of seven stepbrothers, and since he was the adopted child, he got stuck doing all the chores, all of their chores. One day, he was walking, doing all the chores, kind of tired and kind of feeling like lost. He said, this is not the way I want to live my life. I can't live my life without knowing what happened to my parents. I must go on a quest and find the origins of my parents' death. Young William then went to an unknown wizard who told him that he would find his answers on the peak of the tallest mountains. What the wizard didn't tell him, though, was that Troglodophilus lived there. Why would the wizard not tell that the dragon lived there? He was for sure in for a surprise. As William entered the dark, scary forest, he reached the entrance, and as he entered there, he encountered a talking rabbit. He was trying to pull a sword that was stuck in a tree. Young William approaches the talking rabbit and he says, "Excuse me, do you need any help with that?" The rabbit replies, says, "Young William, I haven't seen you in years." William looked at him puzzled. "How do you know my name?" The rabbit laughed and said, "Son, not only do I know your name, I knew your parents too. It was such a tragedy to lose your parents to that fierce dragon, Troglodophilus." William was astonished by this news. He reached out for the sword and pulled out the sword out of the tree. Fueled with rage, he said, "Show me the way where I must go to find this evil dragon and avenge my parents' murderer." The rabbit gave young William a map, which would direct him to Troglodophilus' secret lair. William climbed the mountain relentlessly. He was in to go on his adventure to finding his parents' murderer. When he finally, weary and tired, when he finally reached the dragon's lair, the first thing that he saw is that he found a basket full of eggs. And as William approached the basket, Troglodophilus descended from the cave to protect her egg. William and Troglodophilus had an epic battle and fought until finally William pinned her down against the sword, ready to slay her. He was fueled with that anger. Finally, he had found the animal, the creature that had killed his parents. He was ready to slay her. Right before William was about to, Troglodophilus looked over to her left, where the eggs were. And as she looked to the left, and tears started falling down her cheek, because she knew that her babies would grow up without a mother. Troglodophilus only had one request: for William to allow the eggs to hatch and to perhaps look after them if possible. That's when William realized that the unhatched baby dragons would as well grow up without their mother. They would be orphans like he was. He then looked deep into his heart and conquered the pain and the loss and the rage that he had due to the loss of his parents. And he understood at that moment when he saw Troglodophilus crying over her unborn babies, that the thing that he could only do was to forgive the dragon, to forgive Troglodophilus for what she had done. He understood and comprehended that forgiveness was more powerful than revenge. William threw the sword to a side and allowed Troglodophilus to live. With this act of forgiveness, Troglodophilus was grateful and conquered the evil within her as well, and realized that humans weren't all bad, but that they could all coexist in harmony. Troglodytes told William how he had to kill his parents in order to escape, for his parents were hunting her species. Both William and Troglodytes understood that they would together they could make a difference and build a better world and bring peace together. So in the end, evil was conquered and the good smile with the satisfaction of having prevailed. And that's the story of Troglodytes, the fierce dragon.